Have you ever used pain to get attention? I'm not bringing this up to make anybody feel bad. I have certainly used my pain to get attention in the past, right? I think humans do this. When you are in pain, you naturally want attention. I don't think it's always manipulative, but it is something to be aware of. Kind of like we talked about victimhood the other day and how everybody gets victimized in their life. You can't stop it. People are born helpless and weak. And even if everyone else is trying their best to take good care of this baby's going to end up feeling victimized from time to time because that's just the name of the game. Humans have tons of needs and they can't always all be met all the time. And or they probably can, but for most of us, they haven't been in the past, right? Today we have to talk about martyrdom. Martyrdom. I have a big chapter on victimhood and martyrdom in my book, Magnetic Femininity. So I'm definitely going to recommend that one to check out if you haven't. But today in the Boundaries class, remember we're working out of the Boundaries book on Amazon, which the link is down there. But we're talking about martyrdom today in the book and really starting to become okay with realizing that my needs and wants are legitimate. Go ahead and just tap it in. My needs and wants are legitimate. Put your hands on your heart. Imagine a tube of light shining down on you containing information on how to live without being a martyr. We're going to imagine that light containing information on martyrdom in general, like God's definition of what it's like to act like a martyr in your normal life, like here when no one's actually stoning you to death, like St. Stephen or something. When can we understand on a soul level where we have been martyrs because we chose to be martyrs because we had terrible boundaries? Okay, where are you martyring yourself today? We're downloading this information. If you have a pen and paper around, that's great. You can just ask our creator, God, where in my life am I acting like a martyr and how do I stop it? Write it down, write down what comes into your mind and just run with it. See what shows up and just run with it. Martyrdom attitudes are really toxic. Everyone hates them. Here's the thing. I would bet that you hate martyr attitudes in everyone else around you. But when we ourselves are the martyrs, it's a lot easier to justify it and, to feel like it's not that bad. And sometimes to just be blind to it completely and not even see how much of a martyr we are playing, And I didn't choose that word on purpose, but that's a perfect word. Playing a martyr, like it's a role. It's an act, unless someone's actually like murdering you in the name of Jesus or something like that, you're probably not actually a martyr. But so many of us take on the identity of martyrdom for a lot of reasons. First off, a lot of it's generational. Last month, we did a lot of work on healing our ancestors, and there's a great playlist about it right here on YouTube. So go watch it. It's going to change your life and help your ancestors. But we're processing a bunch of ancestral martyrdom patterns. We learn how to act like martyrs from our own parents, and then we perpetuate these patterns. And I think martyrdom can just be an easy thing to slip into. I don't know, like, does anybody need a specific reason to have made that choice on a subconscious level? I don't think anybody wakes up and says, I just want to act like a martyr today. That's like not really a thing, probably. But more likely what happens is people with not good boundaries, unhealed trauma, we're waking up and feeling like we're not good enough. We need to bend over backwards for everybody else. We tell ourselves stories that if I just sacrifice enough of myself, then they'll realize that I'm a really good person. They'll feel so bad. They'll love me forever. I hope as I verbalize this, if you have had this experience, you're looking in your own mind and you're like, oh, I do this. Like, yes, I have felt like if I just bend over backwards enough, other people will love me more. This is control. This is a secret form of control, and it's bad boundaries, guys. You bending over backwards, you saying yes when you wish you could say no because you think that you're going to save someone or help them or whatever. This is nothing more than bad boundaries, and it's not going to make them love you. Sorry, that's not how it works. They might seem happy with you because they feel like they can control you and have their needs met with you doing everything that they need. But this is not the one-way ticket to somebody's heart. This is not how people love each other. That's not love. And what it really leads to is abuse in the form of, people taking advantage of other people. But the key thing here is that if you are in a martyrdom space and you're feeling like other people are abusing you, you are the one that is the abuser. You are abusing yourself. Okay. Sorry, hard truths here. If you're bending over backwards for other people all the time, you feel like you are being taken advantage of, like they use you and they never say thank you. This is not about them. This is about you. And today is your wake-up call. You don't have to be a martyr anymore. I formally set you free. Breathe it in. Allie has set me free today. I don't have to be a martyr anymore. But really, take it to our creator and you go and ask for the creator's perspective on this. Don't take my word for it. This is my opinion. My opinion is when people in martyrdom spaces feel abused, they are their own abusers and they are the ones that need to change. This is not about everybody else needing to change. This is not about other people needing to appreciate you more, to see the real you, to recognize all the stuff that you've done. This is not about that. It goes back to other stuff we've talked about in this boundaries series. You can't control what other people think. You can't control if other people ever are grateful for the sacrifices and contributions that you've made. Your job is to have the internal power capable of looking at your life, being willing to do what needs to be done in wisdom and order, listening to your feelings, listening to God, without needing the acknowledgement of other people. That is good boundaries to me. Can you wake up every day and do the right thing? Do what God is telling you to do and what your body is telling you to do. You listen to both sources, you move forward, and you do it without lording it over other people and without trying to weaponize your goodness and say, you need to honor me. Don't you see what a good person I am? Can we see how this is not healthy? Weaponizing our own goodness and hoping that it will change other people. This is control. And I'm sorry, the word coming into my head is it's evil. It's evil to try and twist our own selves. We tell ourselves we're sacrificing for other people, but really we're trying to control them. This may not be true for you. Listen, we're all in different spaces in our journey. I'm not here to be like, you're a bad person. You're abusing yourself. You are not a bad person. You are a good person. If you have engaged in these martyr tendencies, my only goal today is to just bring it to your awareness. I'm going to tell you the other secret now. It can be fast and easy to clear this. It does not need to be hard. Okay? That's what this series is all about. Doing it the fast, easy way. We bring it into our awareness. We say, oh my gosh, I've totally been a martyr. I've been blaming these people for not appreciating me when I was not appreciating me. I made myself their slave, and then I sat there and blamed them for it when it was me. Oh, and now we don't beat ourselves up. We don't tell ourselves stories about it. We just say, I get it now, and I'm done with that. I accept a new pattern, and we're going to download that pattern right now. Go ahead and imagine a tube of light shining down on you, containing God's divine blueprint on how to live, knowing that you are really important. You don't have to be a martyr. Download the instructions on how to live without being a martyr. Download those instructions on how to easily extricate yourself from martyrdom situations that you have found yourself in, whether you created them or you showed up and got wrapped up in them. How are you going to get out of them? We're just downloading that blueprint now. It might show up consciously in your mind right now, or it might not, and that doesn't matter. The important thing is that the blueprint is created. It's floating about in your spirit. And at the exact right time, you're going to know exactly what to say. You're going to know exactly what to do or to stop doing. And you're just going to naturally say, oh, I'm done with this now. I'm going to tell you a really quick story and then we'll call it a day. But so my older brother was severely disabled and I was a primary caregiver for him for a lot of years. And man, I remember after he died, he was my whole life in a lot of ways. Like he was older than me and I was born into, this caregiving situation. He died when I was 25. I had 2 kids. Well, he died. I was 38 weeks pregnant with my second kid. So right after he died, then I had 2 kids. And I was invited to a party, and it was the first party I'd been invited to in forever, because I think everybody in my social groups, I'm really talking about church, everybody at church knew that I had to spend all my time taking care of this dying guy who took many years to die, spent 5 years on hospice, and like I was there with him every step of the way. And so I didn't go to any parties for all of that time. But after he died, I went to a party. And there was this couch, like this lady's house was not really set up for parties, but she had set it up for this party. And she had a couch, and on the other side of the couch there was like it was not a lot of space behind this couch. And there was like a little table there, and she had set up all of the refreshments on this table. And that's how to get to the water. And I was thirsty, so I went back there to get to the water. And then I realized, oh my gosh, no one can even get here. Like, it is so hard to get around this couch, and like you have like 1 foot to like squeeze your butt through to like get to this water. And so I got myself water, and then I turned around and I was like, okay, who else needs water? Do you need water? Do you need water? Do you need water? And I like started gathering it up to like make everybody's lives easier, you know, which I don't think is a bad thing, you know, like it's not like I sinned or something like that. But somebody at that party looked at me, and I'm like, what did she even say? She said something like, wow, like you really take service to the next level or something like that. It's like, you feel like you have to serve everybody, don't you? And I was like, oh, I don't know. She was like kind of rude about it, but like also heartfelt about it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it was a real wake-up call for me to realize, like, I'm here at a party. I'm not here as their butler. Like, what am I doing? Making sure that everybody is hydrated. Like, that's not my job, you know? And so I don't know. It's interesting. It kind of leads to an interesting discussion of like this YouTube channel, right? Like, why do I show up every day on this YouTube channel? Because it's not my job. It's not my job to fix you. And I know that. But for me, I feel like it's all about listening to God and listening to my body. And I feel like I have a motor inside my body that every day it's like, you got to move forward. We got to do this. This is your job. It's my job. And it just feels like my job. I just have to show up every day and talk about everything that I feel like talking about. So that's the way I do it. But now I'm not doing it to like, I don't know. I feel like I don't do it because I need to be a martyr, and that because I need to like stand behind the couch and make sure everybody is hydrated, you know, but I do it because I feel like that's what I feel like I want to do. And that's different. You know, why are you serving people? Why do you bend over backwards for them? Are you trying to control them? Are you trying to save them? Or is that truly like you wake up and you're like, today I deeply want to serve this person in this way? Are you happy? Do you wake up every day and you feel happy? Because I'm going to tell you, I love what I do. And every day I do feel happy about it. Are you happy in the martyrdom that you've participated in? Is it martyrdom? If you are actually happy, it's probably not martyrdom. I don't know. But my point today is just to give us all some things to think about. We're changing from the inside out. I hope we're seeing some really big shifts in how other people are treating us. And without the hard conversations, we don't have to be obnoxious and get in people's grills and tell them all this stuff about boundaries in order to establish good boundaries. Good boundaries are an inside job. You start within. You change yourself on the inside, and the outside starts to reflect it back to you. It's so amazing. Okay. Thank you guys for being here, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. I can't wait to hear all your thoughts.